Welcome to ETE MCQs. Now let us solve a NPTEL assignment problem. Given x of z is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus a z inverse the whole squared. Modulus of z is less than a. Then the corresponding time domain sequence x of n is given by, you have four different options. Now by just looking at this problem you can notice that since modulus of z less than modulus of a, which means that the region of convergence is within a radius of within a circle of radius a. So which means that you have a less than sign. So obviously the result should correspond to a left-sided sequence. Since you have a less than sign between modulus of z and modulus of a, the respective time domain sequence, that is x of n, this should be a left-sided sequence. This should be a left-sided sequence. This cannot be a right-sided sequence. It should be a left-sided sequence. So for instance, what do you mean by we have already seen that what is a left-sided and what is a right-sided sequence, but let us have a brief recap. Z transform of a power n into u of n is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus a z inverse. So this is your formula, this is your Z transform for a right-sided sequence. And its ROC is given as modulus of Z. The pole is A. As I said already, once you have the single pole function of this form, this A refers to the pole. You just compute it, you check it, A refers to the pole. So you will get Z is equal to A. Z is equal to A will be your pole. Okay, so modulus of Z and modulus of A, this is all we have. But since the respective time domain sequence corresponds to a right-sided sequence, you need to put a greater than sign. You will have a greater than sign. That is, the region of convergence is outside some circle of radius A. This one corresponds to a right-sided sequence. This is RSS. Since you have U of n, this one corresponds to RSS. It is a right-sided sequence. Whereas here you can notice that you have modulus of z less than a. So it corresponds to a left-sided sequence. Okay. So in order to, we need to start with the left-sided sequence to find the final solution. And moreover, all the options corresponds to a left-sided sequence. I'm just writing the Z transform of a left-sided sequence. Z transform of minus a power n into u of minus n minus 1 is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus a z inverse. Okay, now what is your ROC? Modulus of z and the respective pole is a. Since the term corresponds, the time domain sequence corresponds to a left-sided sequence, you just put a less than sign. You will have a less than sign. That's it. Okay. Now why I am writing this is, you just notice you have x of z is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus a z inverse the whole squared. So we need to focus on the pole which corresponds to, or the single order function, a factor that corresponds to 1 by 1 minus a z inverse. The factor should be 1 minus a z inverse in the denominator. That is why I have taken a left-sided sequence whose transformation is 1 by 1 minus a z inverse. If the ROC happens to be modulus of z greater than modulus of a, in that case I would have chosen this particular expression, this RSS, right-sided sequence expression. Whereas since you have a less than sign, this particular 1 by 1 minus a z inverse should correspond to a left-sided sequence. That is why I have taken a left-sided sequence. Now you can notice x of z is has got a second order factor in the denominator. Now what you can do is, let us just go the other way. Let us just take that, let p of n is equal to let P of n is equal to minus a power n u of minus n minus 1. So this will be P of z. Okay, if this is P of n, then this will be P of z. I need to come up with a I need to come up with a z transformed function of order 2. So what you can do is, based on, I'm just relating it to, I'm just looking for the rational functions that will match with this particular x of z's right hand side. So one option I can take is, based on differentiation property, you just check what happens. You have n into P of n. If you take z transform on this, you will end up with minus z into d P of z divided by dz. Okay, and we already know that P of z is nothing but this one, 1 by 1 minus a z inverse, because P of n is minus a power n u of minus n minus 1. So its transformation P of z is going to be this term, 1 by 1 minus a z inverse. Now you can substitute it here so that I'll be able to find the z transform of n into minus a power n u of minus n minus 1, because P of n is minus a power n u of minus n minus 1. Okay, so you will have minus z d by dz of, what is P of z? 1 by 1 minus a z inverse. This takes the form of u by v, so you will have v du minus u dv. v du is 0 because v is 1 by, 1 minus a z inverse, and du is 0. Derivative on 1 is 0. So v du is 0 minus u into dv. u is 1. dv is derivative of this denominator. So I am supposed to perform derivation with respect to this denominator. So if I do that, I'll be getting, I'm supposed to take derivative for this term minus a z inverse, because 1 is a constant, again that becomes 0, and I will get minus a into, it is a minus a is taken as a constant, z inverse I am supposed to perform, I am supposed to take derivative on z inverse, so that I will get minus 1 into z power minus 2 nx power n minus 1. That is your derivative of x formula, nx power n minus 1. Here n is minus 1, x power n minus 1 is z power minus 2. Okay, now the whole divided by 1 minus a z inverse the whole squared. So again I repeat, this part is v du minus u dv the whole divided by v squared. We have n into P of n. P of n is nothing but minus a power n into u of minus n minus 1 on taking z transform. So the result is going to be, you have altogether it becomes plus, this term is 0, so altogether it becomes plus, you will have minus z into z power minus 2. So finally you have a z inverse the whole divided by 1 minus a z inverse the whole squared. This is what we have finally. The z transform of minus n a power n u of minus n minus 1, which is going to be a z inverse divided by 1 minus a z inverse the whole square. Whereas what we need is the z transform of 1 by 1 minus a z inverse the whole square. So I don't have any problem with the denominator because I have the denominator intact, but this a z inverse in the numerator is not desired. Maybe this a happens to be a constant, I can take the a to the other side. But the z inverse is a z transformed version of the time domain sequence. So this z inverse has to be nullified, or this z inverse has to be made 1 by employing some z transform property. This z inverse should be made 1. Now let me take this as equation number 1. So from 1 I can further rewrite it as, from 1 I am just taking a to the other side, so that I will get minus n a power n divided by a into u of minus n minus 1 on taking z transform gets you z inverse the whole divided by 1 minus a z inverse the whole squared. As it is said already, I shouldn't have this z inverse term, but I should have a 1. I should have a 1. So what I can do is, let me try to employ some z transform property over here, and finally I can rewrite this further as, this can be further rewritten as minus n into a power n minus 1 into u of minus n minus 1 on taking z transform produces z inverse the whole divided by 1 minus a z inverse the whole squared. Whereas I want to make this z inverse to be 1. When it will happen? If this right hand side happens to be multiplied by z, then z inverse into z becomes 1. When that will happen? If I have, instead of n, if I have n plus 1, you go for the case where you have n plus 1 instead of n. What I mean to say is, let me take this some other signal to make it even better. So let me say that let m of n is equal to this particular term. Okay, let m of n is equal to minus n into a power n minus 1 into u of minus n minus 1. Now let us apply the so-called time shifting property, where we are going to advance it. Okay, based on time shifting property. Now when you apply time shifting property, you just notice what happens. Based on time shifting property, instead of m of n, I am going to have m of n plus 1. M of n plus 1. If it is m of n plus 1, what you will have? You will have the respective z transform as, if you take z transform on this based on time shifting property, you will have z into m of z, capital M of z. This is what the property says, because we already know that based on time shifting property, z transform of x of n minus k is equal to z power minus k into x of z. This is our basic time shifting property formula. Instead of k is equal to 1, I have taken it as minus 1. So it has become m of n plus 1. So instead of z of minus k, I will be having z of minus 1, which is nothing but z into m of z. So instead of n, I am going to replace n plus 1. If I do that, I will have this. This is nothing but your m of z. This is your m of z. This is your m of z. Because I have taken this particular time domain sequence as m of n. So the respective z transform should be m of z. So this m of z will be multiplied by z if I replace n by n plus 1, or I advance the time domain sequence m by 1 sample. If I do that, it becomes m of n plus 1. So what will happen to the resulting time domain sequence? I am going to substitute it as such. Let me take this as equation number 2. This is equation number 2. So from 2, or I am going to use this in equation number 2. I am going to use it. I am going to, instead of m of n, this is your m of n. This is your m of n. This part is your m of n. This is what we have taken as m of n. And this is your m of z. This term is your m of z. Okay. Now I am going to replace n by n plus 1. What happens here? Instead of n, I will have n plus 1 in all the places. So I will have minus of n plus 1 a power, instead of n, I have n plus 1 and then a minus 1, and then you have u of minus of n plus 1 minus 1 On taking Z transform, if I take Z transform of this sequence, okay, what will happen? Altogether, based on time shifting property, the entire M of Z will be multiplied by Z. So I'll be having Z into Z inverse the whole divided by 1 minus A Z inverse the whole squared. Now what do we get finally? Finally you can notice that the Z and Z inverse becomes 1. So I'll be having 1 divided by A Z inverse the whole square. So this is going to be the respective time domain sequence. So finally what happens to this expression? I'm going to rewrite it further. I'll have minus of n plus 1 a power n plus 1 minus 1, these two become 0, so you'll have a power n into a power n into u of, this is minus n minus 1 and minus 1, so you have minus n minus 2 u of minus n minus 2. On taking Z transform, if you just take Z transform on this, you will end up with Z into Z inverse is 1 divided by 1 minus A Z inverse. This is what we get. So what does it mean? If Z transform of this particular discrete time sequence, or Z transform of M of n plus 1, if this happens to be 1 minus A Z inverse the whole squared, then its inverse is going to be m of n plus 1, which means that finally what I mean to say is we obtained as x of n is equal to m of n plus 1. What is m of n plus 1? M of n plus 1 is this term minus of, it is nothing but minus of n plus 1 a power n into u of minus n minus 2. This is your inverse Z transform of x of z. Okay, we have just completed it completely based on applying the properties. And in between we have assumed two signals. One is P of n and the other one is M of n. And finally, M of m plus 1 is the one which gets you the inverse of this 1 by 1 minus A Z inverse the whole square. So the final solution is, based on the options, it is option C. Option C is your correct answer. Option C is your correct answer. Just focus on the complete process that is involved. We have taken the Z transform of a left-sided sequence, only then this ROC will be, this ROC can be preserved. So based on that we have started, we have assumed that signal to be P of n, and then we apply differentiation property to make this as a, make the denominator to be of order 2, okay. So you have made it in order 2, whereas you don't have 1 divided by 1 minus A Z inverse the whole square, you have A Z inverse divided by the denominator, the actual denominator. So this A Z inverse has to be rewritten in such a way that we just apply again one more property, which is nothing but your time shifting property, so that finally you are able to nullify this Z with Z inverse with Z, so that it becomes 1, and you have the equivalent time domain sequence on the other side and the Z transformed sequence on the right hand side. So the inverse Z transform of this particular x of z is going to be the time domain sequence m of n plus 1. So x of n is finally is nothing but your m of n plus 1. Option C is correct. Thank you.